Hi guys, all right, so this is an all signs reading for Mercury retrograde. I just want us to know like what could potentially happen, what we need to know now that we are dealing with two retrogrades. Sounds like everybody's kind of having a hard time. I definitely am feeling it myself, so let's see what happens. Let's see what the cards say for everybody. If you are looking to get a personal reading with me, I do link my email in the description box. And I do have some sage going, guys. So if you're seeing smoke, it's not the spirit that has been spotted several times. It is just the smoke, okay? So, starting with Aries, what does Aries need to know for Mercury retrograde? Or during this period of time, I should say, in general. What does Aries need to know during this Mercury retrograde? Okay, you will have somebody do something behind your back during this period of time, okay? So lesson learned, I guess. I believe this person has done it before. They're pulling as a page, so they're just kind of like a useless person in your energy anyway. Hopefully it's not somebody you're involved with. I want to say this is probably the third time this person's done this to you or will be doing this to you, okay? If not, if you're like, no, nobody's ever screwed me over a day in my life, well, be prepared. This is going to be a big one. Could be a Scorpio, doesn't have to be. For Aries for Mercury retrograde. Oh, they're pulling now as the devil as well. I do see some sort of accident and or I think this is an accident. There is some sort of accident. Now, I don't think it's with you. I think it's somebody you know getting into some sort of accident, whether that's like falling down the stairs or a car accident, okay? For Aries. Somebody's on some sort of weight loss journey or just trying to be fit, something of that nature. Many Aries will be meeting. If you're not already involved, you could be meeting somebody, and if you are, I would hesitate to get involved during this period of time, okay? I would wait. And that's just me being cautious during retrogrades, but I'm just saying I would wait. I do see what looks like an air sign, Aries, in your energy for Mercury retrograde. If it's not an air sign, it's somebody who's just a really direct, kind of arrogant. I'm gonna use the word asshole because I can't think of anything else. All right. Expect that person to you're gonna hear from that person, whether it's phone call, running into them, work, whatever the case. They are gonna give you a hard time over the next couple weeks as well. Somebody's gonna mention something about the holidays to you, something from the past. They're gonna bring it up all over again. If you're meeting this said water sign, this would be a new person. Unless you already know who this is going to be some sort of connection you have with somebody. But like I said, heavy on the Pisces. But like I said, I would try to resist getting into anything long-term or serious, I should say, during these next couple weeks. Anything else for Aries before I end it here and move on to Taurus? Anything else they need to know during retrograde season? Messages going back and forth. Some of you are contemplating leaving a business or knowing that you're going to get, well, not fired, but let go in some sort of way. And so that could be another reason why you're looking for, I'm seeing a specific flower as well that's going to be, it's going to be relevant, but I can't think of the flower's name. They're really unique. Dang, I don't know what it is. They almost look like a star, okay? So I think a lot of you guys, like I said, are looking for a new career path or a new job or whatever the case, else because you know you're going to be let go or because you're just sick of the bullshit, okay? And 3 more cards. I'm going to end it here and move on. You have It looks like a friend or a family member moving away at this time. Not the best time, again, to have a move, but they probably planned this way ahead of time, so. Moving on to Taurus. What messages do we have for Taurus during Mercury retrograde? What do they need to know? Somebody's houseplant's dying. Back issues. Stomach issues. Wow, dang. Could be out of stress. Okay. For those of you that are currently in a relationship, you're probably going to be single real soon, okay? For those of you that are not in a relationship of any kind, you probably are reminiscing or remembering somebody from the past that hurt you pretty bad. The reason why you're thinking of them is because they're thinking of you, okay? It's an energetic tie there. I do see some regret over purchasing something or spending a large amount of money, so be careful of that. Buyer's remorse. If you're looking for new opportunities, whether that's for work, play, whatever the case, you will be getting some good and, I'll say good and bad ones, okay? I will say both, because I do see a possible ghosting here. Somebody who's sly like a fox, and then somebody you're going to feel really good about. If you are not looking to get someone pregnant or get pregnant yourself, please be careful during this time, because this would be like more of like a fling that leads to that. This would not be like, you know, good start to a relationship. Be really careful. But it does look like you're feeling optimistic about growth and expansion. Could be, again, if you are already involved with somebody, it could be because of this person. I still see a breakup though. Sorry, Taurus. Sorry. Could be getting into some sort of argument with somebody. What is this argument about for Taurus? Okay, it could be over the purchase of a home or fixing up a home or buying a business, something like that. It's like an establishment. So if you're fixing up a home, the person's probably like not doing the work right. If you are buying a home, expect delays and frustration. If you are buying a business, exact same thing. Expect delays and frustration, okay? Somebody is actually in a fight or leaving a house if you are currently with a Leo. Yeah, overthinking. Somebody's getting together with an Aries as well. Could be a friend or a family member. Yeah, I wonder. Honestly, if you Tauruses are involved with Leo, see that coming to an end for sure, and like somebody moving out or moving away. So that's very specific though. Anything else for Taurus during Mercury retrograde that they need to know and be aware of? Oh, a watch dying or being no good anymore. I'm not sure why I'm getting that. Running into somebody that you have feelings from the past. You could end up reconciling with somebody from the past as well. Okay? Somebody you like really liked at some point. May have even been engaged. And expect something financial not to work out, whatever it is. It could be, you know, not getting the check you were waiting for. It could be not getting the higher position you were waiting for, whatever the case. You guys don't seem to have a lot of financial issues, I've noticed when I pull for you, or at least the Taurus that I resonate with, but do expect something to pop up that's going to be kind of, you know, not the best. Gemini. All right, Geminis. I do want to state, Geminis, that I don't really have a beef with you. I did see all the remarks. People think I have a beef with certain signs. If I do, I'm definitely not going to state it. However, my father's a Gemini, my son is a Gemini. I can have a beef with Geminis to a degree because I was married to one once. That was horrible. But it's not because I have a thing against Geminis. I grew up, my best friend growing up was a Gemini. I typically get along with them just fine. Sometimes it's just fun to make fun of the signs. I make fun of my own all the time. Okay, what do they need to know? Oh boy, okay. You're definitely moving away from what looks like a third-party situation. Whether it's on your part or theirs, somebody was acting irrationally. They could be even saying it's because they were drinking too much. Don't believe that story. Messages going back and forth about how somebody wants change or they want to change. Now's not the time, right? Now is the time for planning but not action. So I wouldn't invest in anyone at this time. Anyone new especially. For Gemini, somebody's saying that they're giving up a toxic habit and or addiction and they don't. May come face to face with somebody and confront them on the way they treated you. This could even be like you were married and somebody did this. Jeez, Gemini, this is not good. I see you rejecting somebody's advances as well. It doesn't have to be romantic, guys. This could be somebody just being kind to you and being like, no, get out of my face. We have somebody having regret about what they did to you or how they behaved towards you. They are pulling as a fire sign, but take it as it resonates. You will be getting an apology. I don't think it's going to be till after retrograde, but take it as it resonates. The number 6 is relevant. You are waiting to drop some sort of heavy burden. I do see a trip that doesn't work in your favor. That kind of makes sense, guys. Now is not like the ideal time for making plans. It could have been to see a Pisces or they were coming to see you. Anything else here for Gemini? For Mercury retrograde? I'm seeing a matte finish. I don't know if somebody's getting a car with a matte finish or you're painting your walls or something of that nature. You will need to make a decision at some point that is going to be really hard for you. It's going to be very difficult. What is this? The Gemini needs to decision they need to make during Mercury retrograde. Okay, it might be to put the brakes on a situation. So whether this is a business partnership, a romance, whatever the case, no matter how you're feeling about this person or what success you think you could have with this person, I think you're putting the brakes on it and it's going to kind of break your own heart, but you're doing it for a reason. And I'm sure it's going to vary Gemini to Gemini what the reason is, but it is a good thing. This is not the time to execute, like I keep saying. So, you know, I actually think this is a good idea for you, Gemini, okay? Somebody's going to be intimate, for sure. Okay, so who are we on? Cancer? Cancer for Mercury retrograde. What messages do we have for Cancer for Mercury retrograde? I'm seeing a campfire or something of that nature, or like a bonfire even. All right, could be overthinking about a financial situation. So that could be because of an investment, because of a new job. That could be you really want to put some money away. You really want to purchase something and you're unsure about the funds. I don't see your finances being an issue, but it does look like you're still going to have anxiety around it, okay? You could have a wish fulfillment happen during Mercury retrograde as well. What would this be? I'm seeing a flamingo. That's interesting. Somebody's getting a boob job. It's a wish fulfillment. It actually doesn't work out. Maybe it's because of delay. It looks like it's a trip, to be honest with you. It's a trip and or building something, okay? So a trip that would be building towards something and or you're physically building towards something that doesn't work out. Expect to get into an argument with a fire sign. Again, it looks more like a delay. I mean, that's what Mercury is like. It does delay things. It does like put the halt on things. It will work out in the end, okay? Argument with fire sign. There's two storylines here, Cancers, okay? Else, you have a fire sign doing something behind your back, or you have a fire sign moving away and you guys are in some sort of spat over it, okay? Somebody's giving up drinking. Mercury retrograde. Somebody's getting into some sort of new exercise regimen as well. Your finances look great. I know you don't think so, but your finances look great. There will be some sort of injustice around an air sign. Somebody who's been known to be hostile or rude to you previously. Anything else for Cancer, for Mercury retrograde? I don't like this air sign. I swear, I think you guys pull an air sign even in your readings, don't you? I hope you guys know who this is. I don't like them. They don't have to be an air sign, but they always pull this one. If you're involved at this time, expect an argument, but you guys will work it out. And some of you are manifesting a new home or a new property. I like that. Expect changes in your body physique. Who am I on? I just got really tired. Who am I on? Leo? Weird, Leo. For Leo. For Mercury retrograde, what do they need to know? Someone's going somewhere exotic. Okay, you're in the upright. Could be having a bit of a glow up. You're working on yourself during this time. Definitely working on yourself during this time. I do like it. You could be considering a new job path. I wouldn't do that until after retrograde if possible. You're just feeling really stuck at what you're currently doing. Somebody's growing plants. Mercury retrograde for Leo. Could be going to some sort of gathering, social event, meeting someone new. Could be a water sign. You are going to be protecting your energy around somebody. You know who this is. They watch you. They're kind of competitive with you. Expect them to be a heavier burden than usual. The number 8 is relevant. Emotional. If you're involved currently, expect it to be going better. If you are not currently involved, then you could be meeting somebody. I would wait if you can, like I said, for the other signs to not, pursue anybody during this time until after it's over. But if you are, it looks okay. If you were supposed to take a trip, I see disappointment around that, okay? For Leo, during Mercury retrograde, you will be making some sort of financial decision that goes in your favor, whatever that is, whether it's investment or taking a new job, starting something on the side. You look very optimistic with your new decision or your next person, okay? I really think that if you do not know this person, you're going to meet them over the very, very, very soon. especially since I'm pulling for Mercury retrograde and we only have, what, 3 weeks of it left. So expect somebody to pay you back as well that owes you something. For Leo, Mercury retrograde. Moving on, Tower moment, looks like could be with an earth sign, somebody who's shaking your life up a little bit. Bit selfish there, okay? All right, moving on to, dear Lord, I really wish the sage would keep burning. Virgo? Virgo. For Mercury retrograde, for Virgo, what does that look like? What messages do we have here? Okay. Virgo, somebody's leaving your life, and I'm actually really happy about it. It looks like this person's been kind of like probably talking about you or spreading, you know, rumors about you or something of that nature for quite a while. This is like not a new situation. You're gonna have to make a judgment call as well. Some of you might be changing the way you're viewing your own spirituality or religion at this time. For Virgo, for Mercury retrograde. So I'm seeing everybody's travel plans suck so far. Everybody's travel plans. Every time I pull travel, expect travel plans to suck. Okay, if you have them, it's going to cost you a lot more than you expected. There could be delays, there could be disappointments. Okay, now you are feeling optimistic about your finances at this time, and that's okay. You should. If you've been in any sort of court battle, if you've been expecting any sort of payout, you will be getting it. Looks really good. Some of you could be getting involved with somebody who has a lot of money and they like to share it. Sugar daddy, sugar mama. For Virgo. An argument, and it looks like the workplace, if you don't work, this would have to be family. Expect somebody to want to reconcile with you. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're pulling as the devil. Yikes. If you're sleeping with somebody, if you are, they're doing something behind your back, okay? Just making you aware. Could be finding a brand new passion, though, of sorts in general, like, you know, new hobby, new friend with benefits, something of that nature. Working really hard towards some sort of goal. You have new opportunities that will be presenting themselves that will turn into your 10 of Cups, okay? Mercury retrograde doesn't look too bad for you there, Virgo. Okay, moving on to Libra. Mercury retrograde, what messages do we have for Libra? I'm seeing weed. I'm seeing cinnamon. Moss. Jeez, I don't know. It's weird. All right, so you will have new opportunities present themselves during Mercury retrograde, whether this is financial and or emotional. Be careful getting into it just because of the season, okay? But other than that, it does actually look good. This could be somebody who's been watching you for a bit, or you've been watching them. So again, if it's a business opportunity, they've been looking to see how good you are. And if it's a romance, this person's already been like Googling your name, you know, like gotta figure this stuff out. I do like it. I do. Very feminine energy about this person, whether they're male or female, okay? Could be a water sign. Oh boy, you also have somebody very toxic doing something behind your back. Could be a Capricorn or somebody pulling as the devil. This person extremely hostile. They blow up very easily. See, this is not somebody you can get away from easily, so this has to be at work or at home. Because it's not like you can just go, well, I'm not going to deal with you anymore. It's something like, you know, it would be too difficult to do that. What is this Ace of Swords here for a Libra? Could be getting a rejection from somebody. Again, very feminine energy. This is not a rejection because they don't like you. This is a rejection because they have something else going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of, okay? If you want to manifest a better outcome with this person, you can wait till after Mercury retrograde is my advice to you, okay? Flowers are going to be relevant. Any kind of flower will be relevant to this. This person could have like flowered shirt. They could have flower tattoos. They could have obsession with flowers, something of that nature. Somebody's getting new dining ware. Not sure why I'm getting that. Looks like you could be briefly getting sick at this time. You recover pretty quickly. I wouldn't worry too much about it. And an argument at work. Expect somebody to want to reconcile, and you know that's never good. You know that's never good. Could be an Aries and or Pisces. Feeling optimistic about some new person you will be meeting. Okay, so I don't know if you know them or not already, Libra, but they are pulling as a water sign. They're emotionally available. Anything else for Libra? And I'm moving on. Oh, could be. Oh, damn. This could turn into something like really serious for you, Libra. I don't think now is a good time to meet somebody. So even if you meet them, like, you know, don't jump into their bedroom right away. But it looks great. It looks great, actually, Libra. I like it. Okay. Who am I on now? Scorpio. For Mercury retrograde, what messages do we have for Scorpio? Dang, this is going to be a long one. What messages do we have for Scorpio? For Mercury, come on. New eye drops or new eye prescription, something like that. Okay. All right, you're the first one that if you have a trip coming, it's okay. Everybody who's pulled a trip, it was an absolute shit show. Yours is okay. Could be traveling for work and or any sort of like abundance, okay? Whether that's even just emotional abundance, I like it. Some of you might be traveling to take a new position even. I like it. You've been waiting on something, could be a package or an offering of any kind. Expect delays there or not to get it at all. The number 7 is going to be relevant to something in your life. We have somebody doing something behind your back. You're going to be very hostile about this. You will get an apology in time, but I wouldn't trust the apology. I wouldn't forgive this person. They could even literally have been stealing from you, because I do have a lot of pentacles here. Could be fire and or air. Somebody's going to be like mocking you. These are people you think you can trust. That's unfortunate. Dropping a heavy burden though around some sort of financial matter. I do like that. For those of you that are in a relationship, you guys might be considering taking it to the next level. And if you are not in a relationship, you might be getting into some sort of business partnership or at least talking about it. Somebody's visiting the beach. You're going to find something you lost a while ago that you thought was just gone, okay? There will be a celebration over justice, whether that's a court case and or karmic justice. Yeah, I do like it. Oh my God, my allergies are starting to really get to me, guys. I'm sorry. If you're dealing with a Libra, expect that relationship to come to a sudden halt, causing you a tower moment, specifically Libra. And you will have somebody trying to come back into your life after screwing you over. Could even be more than one person, Scorpio. I'm getting air. I'm getting air and Aries. Aries or Pisces. I'm somewhere on the cusp there with the Fool. Anything else? I'm going to move on. You do have a wish fulfillment, again, around your finances, new possibilities, finding some sort of balance there. I do like your financial pull here. Okay, so moving on to Sagittarius. Something's going to get ruined with water, Sagittarius. Something's going to get ruined with water. That could be even for Scorpio, because I just started pulling for Sag, okay? Mercury retrograde, what does that look like for Sagittarius? I'm seeing rice paper. And clay pots. Somebody needs to start taking pine pollen. I'm hearing that specifically. Somebody needs to start taking pine pollen. I highly recommend that. I used to forage for it back when I was like a mama, like, you know, full-time mama. But now I just buy it. Now I'm lazy. Sagittarius for Mercury retrograde. Could be dealing with a Pisces and dropping some sort of heavy burden around. It doesn't have to be a Pisces. They're just pulling as a Pisces, okay? Dropping some sort of heavy burden around that. You have somebody doing something behind your back, however. This could be a Pisces and or an air sign. Tell me more about this. Mercury retrograde for Sagittarius. You're in the up and down. It's probably more air sign because I keep pulling air here, but take it as it resonates. For some of you, it's going to be a Pisces. We do have you holding on to some sort of hope that you still have that 10 of Cups, okay? You're almost like you feel like it's like it's slipping away from you. You have the Four of Wands. With the Fool, you could be jumping into something new, whether that's an engagement, marriage, moving in together, business partnership, buying a home, okay? I would be careful doing any of those things during Mercury retrograde because, you know, that's like the worst possible timing to do any of that. Working towards some sort of goal. It's not going to be during Mercury retrograde. We have the World here. Give it a minute. I think that, you know, in time, it'll work out. We have karmic justice here. We also have, oh geez, okay. We have the Two of Cups with the World. Things looking good. We also have karmic justice coming, but I see somebody being left behind. Could be a Libra. It doesn't have to be. They're feeling overly emotional and stabbed in the back. If you have a Libra in your energy. If you do not, don't worry about it. That could just be some sort of karmic justice, somebody feeling shitty after something they did to you. If you're in any sort of court situation, it will go in your favor. If you're not involved in any sort of court situation, you're going to have to make a judgment call. Messages going back and forth between you and, again, looks like a Pisces, doesn't have to be, could be even a Cancer, about new options and opportunities. Could be family member, friend, lover with the Two of Cups, business partner. I see some sort of celebration here as well. What's the celebration about? You may have to travel for the celebration, by the way. It's about change. Maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio. It's about change here, financial and or emotional change, because we have the Lovers here and a water sign. So there could be, you know, maybe you're meeting one at a party, or maybe you're celebrating with this person over something. For Mercury retrograde for Sagittarius, anything else? Traveling, I got traveling again. You might be traveling during the next couple weeks. If that's the case, expect one trip to be a huge success and the second one costing you too much money, and disappointment comes with an earth sign, okay? If you've been waiting to invest in something financially, I would give it a little bit longer. And if you're looking to invest more in your health, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good here. It'll bring you some more balance. Somebody could have a mineral deficiency. We have a wish fulfillment here. Else you're reconciling with a water sign, and or you have a soulmate who is a water sign here. Okay, so just be aware. Moving on to Capricorn. For Mercury retrograde, what does Capricorn need to know for Mercury retrograde? What messages do we have for Capricorn? Somebody's getting a new espresso machine. Okay, starting on the defense. You're stuck to a financial situation you want to get out of. Now is not the time. Come up with a plan once Mercury retrograde is over, then execute, okay? Some of you are even considering a move, whether it's a move in your company and or a physical move. Again, this is not a good time. Maybe just plan it, execute it later, okay? Some of you are feeling very passionate for someone. You're going to be extremely disappointed with the Tower. Heartbreak and being left. They could even ghost you, to be honest with you, which I do not like. Or maybe you're doing the ghosting, okay? Which I support. If that's the case, you'll be jumping into something brand new really quickly. Spur of the moment, like 2 days later kind of thing, okay? Mercury retrograde for Capricorn. I'm seeing lots of 8s here. Lots of karma. Oh, I like this. This person would take really good care of you. Very nourishing sort of personality. Oh. Expect somebody to want to reconcile when you meet someone new. Of course, that's how it always works. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. I know you wouldn't do that. They will make an apology, though, to you and pour their heart out, but you can just let them be there. Somebody could be talking to you about a partnership, whether that's a business partnership and or a romance. If you're involved in anything court-related, could get tossed out. I don't know what I'm getting. It could get tossed out and or it goes fair for everybody. I don't know. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. If this is, if you're taking any sort of trip that looks really good for you, very beneficial, this is some sort of karmic justice, once again, I think it just evens out. However, expect what looks like an air sign to ask something of you. They want like something else, financial and or physical. Anything else for Capricorn here? Somebody's going to have like a pretty bad experience with what looks like their mother, okay? Like some sort of blowout of some kind. I don't really like it, to be honest with you. For those Capricorns that are looking to buy a new home and or move in with somebody, that is very possible during this time as well. All right, I'm going to move on to Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know during Mercury retrograde? What does Aquarius need to know? I'm seeing a ruby. So maybe you need a ruby. Not if you have a bad Mars placement. Starting to get like a little bit of pain. So that's for you, Aquarius. And heartburn. Okay. Some anxiety there. You will be hearing from somebody who's like masculine energy, who's very like my way or the highway. This could be a boss, this could be a family member, you know, something like that. You're not going to love this conversation. You're not going to like anything about this. However, you are going to be investing in something. It looks financial and seeing like a lot of growth there. Some of you are ending a relationship or have just ended a relationship and you're feeling really good about it now. For Mercury retrograde, some of you are considering a move. If you're involved in anything with a court case, you will be winning. If you are looking for your 10 of Cups, it's on its way. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces, working towards some sort of goal to be stable. Expect a fire sign to want to reconcile. If you do meet somebody, a Pisces or somebody with Pisces placements, this could be a soulmate, by the way. Heavy Pisces placements. It's kind of bizarre. This person would want, though, like a partnership right away. And if you don't get involved, this could be obviously be a business partnership. Sorry, I got cold. The spirit might be in the room right now with us because she usually makes me really cold. How does this go? I wouldn't do anything like this until after. Yeah, okay. You guys could even travel together. Oh, geez. Travel or get married. Okay, so if it's a business partnership, it's going to be amazing. If this is your next new person, it's going to end in marriage and travel. I, again, would hesitate getting into any sort of relationship till after Mercury retrograde, however, okay? For Mercury retrograde, for Aquarius, what else do they need to know? Somebody from the past pulling as the devil, Capricorn energy. They're really not. They're a fire sign, okay? They're going to harass you a little bit about reconciliation, trying to heal this. Some of you may be having a conversation about children, pregnancy, things of that nature, and that you guys would not see eye to eye on that, okay? I think you need more rest, Aquarius, during this time. I do. Somebody's finding a new hobby and getting frustrated with it. You have a close friend and or family member that as you become more successful, they are becoming more successful too. You guys are kind of like just, you know, riding that wave together, which I do really like. If you have any, you will be getting messages from what could be another air sign, so just keep that in mind. About new opportunities presenting themselves during this time, which I really do like for you. Manifestation. Shocking, very shocking when you find out something that you thought was going to take a while happens right away for you. Okay, so whether that's getting that new job, whether that's buying that new car, like whatever it is, it's going to happen a lot faster than you thought. Expect changes, especially after retrograde. You could be moving. You could be putting money aside to move too. Okay, moving on to Pisces. Pisces, for Mercury retrograde, yeah, we definitely have something in the room with us right now, guys. My hair is standing up on end. That is crazy. That is wild. I wonder if you guys will end up seeing it again. I still haven't tried to channel her or figure out why she's here or even draw cards on it, so I will end up doing that at some point. I'll report back. For Pisces, for Mercury retrograde, what do they need to know? What messages do we have about Mercury retrograde? All right, if you have had any issues with, it looks like a Sagittarius or a Leo, you guys will be dropping that burden and moving forward. This is some sort of karmic tie, though. If you do not know who I'm talking about, you could be meeting a fire sign and jumping into bed with them. I have my phallic symbol here, okay, with the lovers. You would be very emotionally attached to whoever this is. If you are meeting someone during this time, I wouldn't, guys. I wouldn't. I would take it slow. I did that years ago when I was supposed to meet somebody. I said, nah, it's Mercury retrograde. Let's wait till afterwards. I did. I waited till afterwards. Did it work? He's in my bed, so it may have. Okay, you are going to be rejecting something during this time as well. Oh, somebody trying to reconcile with you. It's always the Pisces, right? It's always the Pisces. Yeah. Unexpected. This is going to be shocking and unexpected. Obviously, you're not going to do it. Well, I guess some Pisces will. Somebody has deep regret. They want to jump back into something with you. Could be a Taurus and or somebody you had a partnership with. For some of you, you could be being gifted something and or somebody has made some sort of proposal to you, whether this is a business proposal or a real proposal. Not a good time for that, guys. It's really not. So let's hope they wait a few weeks. Could be a fire sign or a Taurus. We have you considering a move or travel during this time. What is that? What is this move or travel? Could be for financial reasons, either or. Would work out really well for you, though. If you're involved in anything court-related, holy moly, you will win, but it's going to be very expensive. If you are just waiting on some sort of karmic justice around your finances, that will happen as well. Expect a gift. Definitely expect a gift. Okay? You will be working and building towards something financial and spending money on yourself for like something you need. Whether that's, it's not like something you need like dish soap. It's something you wanted or desired. Okay? Could be putting money away at this time too. Expect somebody to be doing something behind your back. This is going to be heartbreaking for you. Could be a Virgo and or fire sign. Lots of arguing and fighting over that, okay? Lots of anxiety. Finances look fantastic for Mercury retrograde. Messages going back and forth about a wish fulfillment, emotional abundance, and you moving forward with new opportunities. Pisces, this looks all right. Minus somebody doing something behind your back, this looks all right. I don't think it's going to be, I think the next couple weeks now that Venus is, you know, coming to an end, well, I guess it's not that soon, is it? It's in April, but I'm so done with the retrogrades. I'm so done with them. I'm so ready for whatever. I don't know. Okay, guys, so hopefully this all resonated, and oh, I did have an idea, Pisces. I think maybe spirit box. I think I will invest in a spirit box, and we can see what we can pull, especially when my son comes home, because he is the actual medium, and we'll see what he says. All right, guys, so enjoy your week.